we have seen that we can improve our relationship with self as well as with others, as well as with innate things like kitchen, or school, or any task we don't like, using that simple technique of Ho'oponopono, the five magical phrases of I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, I forgive myself. But more than this relationship, one more important relationship we must consider is our relationship with money. Many of our life experience teaches that our relationship with our others, family members or the friends or relatives could be healthy or toxic. And we can heal those toxic relations with using that Ho'oponopono technique. But do we think our relationship with money could also be healthy and toxic? And how important is to have a healthy relationship with money? Financial wellness is very important part of overall our life, because that will determine how happy we will be, how abundant we will be, and how what growth we can achieve in our life. So what kind of relationship we have with money? Do we think we have less money and more money to expand or spend, and when we have to spend money we feel painful? So if that is the case, then it's a scarcity mindset. That mindset believes that we don't have enough money and we have less money for us and others have more money. Other than that, we should have an abundance mindset that everybody has enough money, it can have enough money in their life. The second thing we may consider, when we are child, sometimes we are denied of going for a picnic or maybe attending for soccer or a cricket or a swimming or a skating classes because our parents could not afford that at that time. That was a financial reality at that time. But we have that wound inside us that I was denied of getting my that class, and that goes and continue and we feel inadequate in ourselves. Then I could not fulfill my small wish like that. Third thing, sometimes in during our childhood, we are denied. We could not afford to buy a beautiful, nice toy we would love, or a pretty Barbie doll we would love to have in our possession, because of the financial crisis we have or the limitation we have in our financial capacity. That is the reality of that. But that has given us a feeling of inadequacy, and we felt that these dreams are beyond our reach. We cannot fulfill our dreams, and that goes on building up in our life. And whenever we want to chase any dreams, we feel that dream is out of reach. We cannot achieve that dreams, even though we have all the full potential to achieve that dream. But because of our childhood experience, we feel we are inadequate, we don't have the capacity, we don't have the potential to achieve that dream, to pursue that dream. Sometimes we internalize the stress our parents have gone through during the financial crisis, and sometimes we blame also being a cause of that stress because of our demands and because of our requirements of education and books and other things. We feel that we are the cause of that stress, and that also goes along with us. Then fear is the most affected things with attached with money, because money is required for our food, shelter, the basic needs, for fulfilling our basic needs. So if money is not there, the basic needs won't be fulfilled. So we have fear attached with that money. And finally, we had that insight of us. If you are confident and adequate in handling your financial conditions and willing to take risk and going for ventures and doing it successfully, You will have feeling of confidence and capacity, that you are confident and you can handle anything. On the other hand, if you fail in your financial ventures, if you are unwilling to take risk, that will give you a feeling that you are not adequate enough. And whenever it's not just about money, but whenever any problems, struggles, challenges comes in your way, you won't be able to handle those challenges, problems, because you have a mindset that you are not enough, you are not adequate, you are not competent, you are not confident. So relationship with money is very, very important. The important thing is to keep in mind whether our money in our wallet is happy or frustrated. Whether the money is in our wallet is smiling or angry or crying. What does that mean? Suppose you are doing a job or a profession or a business that you don't like, that you hate going for it, but still going for it because of your survival basic needs, then the paycheck you are getting out of that, the money you are getting out of that is the frustrated money. What you need to do? We need to love that job. Whatever you are doing, whatever job you are in, whatever business you are in, whatever profession you are in, we must love that job. We must love that profession. We must love that business. Instead of working for with a have to mindset, we need to work with a want to mindset in that job, in that business, in that profession. That change mindset will change our relationship with money, and instead of frustrated, it will be happy money, because you are loving what you are doing and you are adding values in other people's life by giving your services, by giving your product, by giving your time, by giving your energy, and in return you are getting that money. So that is your happy money in your wallet. Then what is an angry or crying money? Suppose you are going from railway station to your home and the rickshawalas ask for 100 rupees. No 100 rupees, it's just 80 rupees. You leave 3-4 rickshawalas and finally you bargain with one rickshawala and got a rickshaw at 80 rupees. You are happy, hey, I saved 20 rupees today. But what is happening? When you sit inside the rickshaw, what the rickshawala thoughts process starts? हे क्या आदमी है, कैसा लोग है, इतना भारी कपड़ा पहनता है, इतना महंगा मोबाइल इस्तेमाल करता है, लुक एट द क्लॉथ, लुक एट द बैगेज, लुक एट द ornaments, look at the mobiles, how costly they are using, और उनको 20 रुपया मुझे देने में भारी पड़ता है. हे भगवान, ऐसे लोगों को कभी पैसा मत देना. Throughout the journey of that 20 to 30 minutes, he will keep on repeating these thoughts and cursing us with this. And at the end of that, what will gain? 20 rupees bargain. That money which comes back in our wallet, that 20 rupees when you offered him a 100 rupees note, that is a angry money, that is a crying money. Instead of that, you agree to the 100 rupees. Okay, I will pay for that. And then you talk with him. Oh, where are you going? Where are you staying? Who are at your home? And at the end of your journey, if you give that auto rickshaw wala 120 rupees instead of 100, saying keep this 20 rupees for your sweet daughter's chocolate or maybe for buying her a pencil box, he will be so happy and he will big smile on his face and he will have lots of showers of blessing on us. God bless this man, God bless this family with more wealth, more riches, so that they can serve better to the society. It's just a matter of 20-40 rupees. But consider the blessing, the showers of blessing we are achieving in those 20-40 rupees is unparalleled, unmatchable. So, whenever you have money in a wallet, make sure that they are happy and they are smiling and they are not frustrated or they are not angry or crying. So please take care of these things. We will learn more about how to improve our relationship with money further in our next videos. So till then, stay blessed, happy forever, keep smiling, spread your love and energy wherever you go. Thank you very much for your patient watching. Thank you very much.